position. So as you come to a place on your back that's comfortable, you're welcome to start off with, especially if you have a tense low back, to keep your knees bent and touching. Otherwise, if you want to, you can fully recline in a Shavasana type position. So you decide what feels the best to you. And as you allow your eyes to close here, begin to take a full deep breath, tuning into your body's connection with the ground. And as you allow yourself to feel that connection, tune into any sensations that are showing up in the body. Notice any places in your body that you might be holding on to something, whether it's a feeling or just a place of tension. And allow your breath to be full, long, and deep. And now, whether you have your knees bent or legs out extended, we're going to do a full body press, or a body press, I should say. So you can do this with your knees bent as well. But with your hands, make big fists and begin to press the backs of your arms, your shoulders, the back of your head, your ribs into the ground. And with that press, take a really big breath. On your next exhale, you're going to release that press. Inhale, press, arms, shoulders, back of your head, ribs, and now move it down into the hips, pressing your hips into the ground. On your next exhale, release. Now inhale and tense up, arms, shoulders, head, ribs, low back, and now your legs pressing all the way down to your feet. On your next exhale, release. One more time, fully pressing from your arms, your head, all the way down to your feet. And then exhale, release. And for a moment, simply feel the connection that you have. Just notice if there's anything that has shifted in the tension in your body. And now draw your knees up in toward your chest and hug them in close and rock a little side to side. Then roll over to one side and gently push yourself up to a hands and knees position, and then right away back into a child's pose. And as you shift back into your child's pose, be sure that your head is resting on something, so you can always set something underneath it if that's the most comfortable. But then take some letting go breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Take about 3 more of these letting go breaths. And then gently start to bring yourself up to your hands and knees, taking off your socks if you need to. And from your hands and knees, you're starting to find that rooting place through your palms and your fingertips. And then rotate elbow pits forward and push, expanding into your upper back. And from this place, gently take hips side to side. Stay pressing through your hands so you're strong through shoulders, but take hips as deeply side to side as your body is ready for. Maybe your hips actually touch the ground. Maybe they stay hovering. Then back up to center here and move through a couple rounds of cat and cow, moving gently through your spine. And instead of taking it to the deepest place you've ever gone, think of gentleness. Inhaling to release your belly toward the ground and exhale to lift your belly up. Then as you come back to a neutral place for your spine, again, press your palms. Think of that part of your palm that attaches at your first finger knuckle and press that down. And then grab the floor with your fingertips. With that, keeping that, rotate elbow pits forward again and push. And now lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog pose, and take a couple big breaths. Feel the connection you have. Push through your hands. Push through your feet. Lift your sitting bones high. And then thoughtfully walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat, taking as many steps as you need to get there. Blocks for your hands if you would like. Feet are inner hip distance apart and parallel. Lift and spread your toes and then root them down. Inhale, lengthen part way. Pause with your hands up above your knees and send your sitting bones up. Extend your heart. Push with your hands, and from that place, take an exhale, draw your low ribs in. And then walk your way up your legs, rising all the way up to stand. Turn your palms open, mountain pose, closing your eyes, take a full big breath, feeling the connection that you have with the ground. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, fold over your legs. Knees are bent here. Inhale, lengthen part way, send your sitting bones up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach and rise, keeping your knees soft. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Good, one more this way. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, soft knees to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. And exhale, hands come to your heart. And now fingertips come in front of you into this ballerina arm place. You have elbows up to shoulder height, fingertips connecting at right in front of your heart, extending forward, push into your fingertips, and exhale into your upper back. Let your upper back round into a cat-like pose. Inhale, open up, elbows bend, lift your heart, coming into gratitude. And exhale, round your upper back, ballerina arms. Inhale, open it up, and exhale, ballerina arms. One more time, inhale, open, and exhale. Find that cat pose in your upper back. Pause here, little bend to your knees. Move your inner thighs back until you feel your butt stick back a little bit. And then engage your low belly and your low glutes. Hug them in. Take a big exhale and push your low ribs back a little further. Then inhale, open up, gratitude. And then release your arms down. Your palms are turned out to the side and even rotating a little further back. Take a big inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, engage low belly and low ribs. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, soft knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant your fingertips, step right foot back into your lunge. Your right knee can always be on the ground here if you want, but take a moment to wrap your left hip back. Keep your left hip wrapping back even as you rise up, coming into gratitude arms. Take a full big breath here, expanding and opening through the heart space. Then engage your low ribs. Engage your low belly. Inhale, lift your chest and your heart. Exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. And then you're gonna work your front leg towards straight and bump your back foot in a little ways. And even think of bumping it in enough so that your heel can come to the ground. Your toes are turned considerably forward toward the front of your mat. Now wrap your left hip back and give your back knee a tiny micro bend. Tilt your sitting bones up. Extend your heart, take another full deep breath. Good. Tuck your back toes, bend into your front knee, and then step all the way back. Hands and knees or downward facing dog, your choice. From this place, rotate elbow pits forward, push through the four corners of your palms and all your fingertips, push through your lats, lengthen. Inhale, come forward into a plank. Knees down if you would like. Rotate elbow pits forward again and push, extend your chest. Keep your belly toned even as you reach your collarbones forward. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. And now, walk your legs in so that they're hugging in toward each other as if you were going to squeeze onto a block here. Press down with tops of feet and knees until you feel your sitting bones lift up, and then engage your low belly. Pull it in. Engage your low ribs. Pull them in. Then inhale, lift arms and legs. Lift your hands to hover. If your body is saying no to that today, then set them down for support. Take a big deep breath and fill out your belly. Next, exhale, toes tuck, hands plant, and push through hands and knees to down dog, or just hands and knees, your choice. Big deep breath. And now walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Then fingertips to your blocks or to the floor. Step your left foot back into your lunge. Pause, wrap your right hip back, and then push into the floor to rise up with your torso coming into your gratitude arms. Or this time, if you would like, you can always take your hands to your low back, hugging your elbows back. Take a big exhale, low belly and low ribs draw in at the same time. Inhale, shoulders up and back, chest lifts. Full exhale, engage through the core. That low belly engaging and low ribs engaging supports the back body. Next exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Find your blocks here, and we'll work into that hamstring stretch. Bump your back foot forward a few inches until you can reach your heel to the ground or toward the ground. Start to work your right leg towards straight. Right big toe mound pushes down even as you wrap your right hip back. Little bend to your back knee, little micro bend. Send your sitting bones up, extend your heart. Take a big deep breath. Good. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Tuck your back toes, and again, step back into either hands and knees or down dog, your choice. Take a big deep breath and root through palms and fingertips. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees down if you would like. Rotate elbow pits forward, extend your chest. Tone your belly, keep strong through your core, even as you bend your elbows and lower down. From your belly, reach back with one leg at a time and press. Shoelace parts of your feet down and knees down. Lift up and open through your shoulders here before you actually lift up with your chest. Take a big deep breath here and use your exhale to help you engage your core. Low ribs, low belly engage. Inhale, curl up and open as high as your body needs. That could be more of a high cobra, a midway cobra, or a low cobra. You choose. Find where that is for you and take a big breath into your low belly. Next, exhale, push all the way back into a child's pose and take a full breath. Inhale, rise to hands and knees. And exhale, lift hips up and back, downward facing dog pose. Take a deep breath to lift up with your sitting bones, root through your hands and your feet. And then walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Hands to hips. Press your hips back, start to lift up and open through your shoulders and rise. Good. As you come up all the way to standing, find your feet inner hip distance apart and parallel. Take a moment to feel the grounding action. Lift and spread your toes and then push them into the ground. Turn your palms open. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Good. Softly opening your eyes. We're going to work into a little bit of a hamstring stretch. You're welcome to move your way so that your back is up against a wall, or you can test your balance a little bit, staying away from the wall. We're going to find our balance onto our left foot and draw our right leg into our hands, clasping underneath your thigh. So if you need to here, if it's better for you, take a strap or a towel around your thigh here, okay? You can always go that route. So now as you flex your foot, wrap your right hip down and push your hamstrings into your hands or into your strap or towel, and then begin to extend your leg forward. As far as that is for you, and what I want you to notice is if you extend your leg and you start to tilt in a direction with your torso, recognize that, maybe bend your knee a little bit and come upright, long through your spine. Stay wrapping down and under with your right hip. Take a big deep breath. Good. Inhale, draw your heel back in and exhale, foot to the ground. And now find your balance onto your right foot. Left thigh into your hands or into a strap or towel. And then pause for a moment here. Wrap your hip down on that left side so that your hips become a little more level. As you press hamstrings into your hands, start to extend your leg forward. Good flex to your foot. And again, remember, notice what's happening with your torso. You're leaning back or forward, wherever that is. Maybe bend your knee so you can be a little bit more upright. Shoulder blades are on your back. Take a big breath and from the floor, push down and rise up higher. Then heel draws in. Release your foot back down to the ground and pause for a moment, feeling the contact that you have with the ground. Turn your palms open, close your eyes, take a full breath. Good. And softly opening your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant your fingertips. You can use blocks here if you would like. And we're going to come back into that pyramid pose, the hamstring stretch that we did before. So blocks will be handy, but step your right foot back into your lunge. Center off your hips, extend with your heart. And now, as you work your front leg towards straight, you're going to shift your hands to where your wrists can be stacked underneath your shoulders. Keep wrapping back with your left hip. Left big toe mound is pushing down. And now your back foot again, bump it in until your heel can come to the ground. Toes are aimed forward. Now stack right wrist underneath your right shoulder, left thumb into your hip crease, and give your hip crease a push back even as you start to revolve. Taking a little twisted variation here of your pyramid pose. Shoulder blades are on your back. Your hips are evening out as you encourage your left hip back. If your shoulders feel like they're stacking, maybe stretch your top arm to the sky. But really, there's no reason to if that doesn't feel awesome to your body. Take a big deep breath. Extend your heart further forward. And exhale, both hands come down to your blocks or the floor, bend into your front knee, tuck your back toes, and then you're gonna step forward into your fold. Next exhale, left foot steps back into your lunge. Pause, again, you're finding your wrists stacked underneath your shoulders, even as you work your front leg towards straight. And now from that place, push your right big toe mound down and wrap your right hip back. And then bump your back foot in until your heel can come to the ground. Little bend to your back knee. Send your sitting bones up. You might not move very far in this asymmetric pose. Stack left wrist underneath your shoulder. Right thumb into your hip crease. Give it a push back. Extend your heart and then begin to revolve. Turn your belly and your heart toward the right side. But keep your right hip wrapping back. If your shoulders feel pretty open, maybe stretch your top arm up. Or maybe keep your hip encouraging, keeping your thumb encouraging your hip. That's always an option. Exhaling, both hands come down as you bend into your front knee and tuck your back toes. And then go ahead and step all the way back into your child's pose. And as you settle into your child's pose, take a little time to shift and move with your hips. Let your head rest. And come to that phrase of let go if you would like, using a letting go breath, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Then inhale, gently push yourself up to your seat and come all the way down onto your sitting bones. And now from your sitting bones, bring soles of feet together into your butterfly or your bound ankle pose. If you would like to, you can always grab your blanket and roll it up so you have a long end to work with. And then blanket comes over your feet and underneath your legs, and then your ankles are super supported, okay? So you can always take that version here of your butterfly. Move your sitting bones, and then take your hands into your hip creases if that's accessible to you. If this is a tough pose, if your low back is rounding back, maybe move your feet a little further forward. But otherwise, you can always do this part one hand at a time. So you can always support yourself with your left hand. Right hand comes right into your hip crease and push. Push your hip crease down, lengthen your side, and then switch. Right fingertips to the floor, left hand into your hip crease and push. And as you lift your ribs and your chest up higher, making space through your side, take a big breath. And then bring hands wherever you need them to be for comfort. So you can be holding onto your blanket. That's my favorite way to do this. You can have peace fingers on your big toes, hands at your knees, fingertips behind you, however you need to support yourself to sit tall. And as you allow your belly to come a little bit forward, lengthen your sides from hip to armpit. Close your eyes and take a full breath. If it's in your practice, if it feels good in your body, you can hinge from your hips and fold. If that makes your back body round, then maybe stay up a little ways to allow length through your spine. If you're hinging from your hips and folding, you might rest your elbows on your calves. You might walk your fingertips forward. Lots of possibilities here. So you take the version of this pose that feels the best to your body. Big deep breath. And now inhale, gently rise all the way back up. And bring your knees in. You can take your blanket out, set it aside where you can reach it later, and then come all the way down onto your back. And from your back, knees pull in for a moment. Giving yourself that chance to rock side to side and feel your back body on the ground. A little massage for your back. And now set your right foot on the ground, your knee is bent. There we go. And then as you open your left knee up to the side, flex your foot and start to aim your foot up toward the ceiling. So we have our half happy baby pose that we're going for here. So for a moment, hold on to the back side of your thigh and notice your pelvis and give it a tilt so that your low back is trying to lift, your sitting bones are trying to move down. From there, reach up as high as your body needs, keeping that tilt of your pelvis. So if your low back flattens to the ground here, then come back a little bit. So take a hold of the outside of your shin or the back side of your thigh instead. Keep that tilt of your pelvis and then open your right knee up to the right side. Flexing your right foot, you're rocking over to the pinky toe edge of your foot. Take a big deep breath. And now back into center. Give your left knee a squeeze into your chest. And then set your left foot down. Draw your right knee in. Open your right knee up to the right side. And then begin to aim your foot up toward the ceiling. Pause and notice the tilt of your pelvis. Finding that lift through your low back. And then hold on wherever you need to on the back side of your thigh, outside of shin, or hold on to the outside of your foot. Wherever that is for you, keep the tilt of your pelvis and open your left knee up. Both feet are active here. As you activate your feet, you provide support for ankles, knees, and hips. Full deep breath. And now bring knees back into center and give your right knee a squeeze in. And then set both feet on the ground. You can take feet a little wider than hips to drop knees in comfortably to touch. And then take your hands to your upper thighs right up at your hip creases and give a push on your thigh bones. As you do that, your pelvis can tilt, allowing your low back to lift up a little bit. And then take a really big breath into your low back. From here, add a little bit of pivoting on your pelvis. And a little rocking side to side. And then as you come back into center now, open your arms up to a cactus if that's comfortable, so 90 degrees with your elbows, or you can open your arms up to a T. And from this place, as you start to settle into your most comfortable version of Shavasana, you're welcome to add something underneath your knees for support. But I invite you, if it feels good, to stay open with your arms here, and whether that's the T or the cactus. Support your low back with a bolster underneath your knees if that's the best for you. Or support your knees in opening up in your butterfly with blocks underneath them. And take a moment as you settle in for your Shavasana to give yourself a chance to feel, notice what's present in your body. Notice sensations. Notice if there are any places of tension. And take some deep breaths. Allowing each exhale to help your body to settle a little bit more. to take a deeper breath. Add some gentle movement into fingers and into toes. As you're ready to, bend your knees and roll over to your side. And then slowly push yourself back up to your seat. Connect hands together at heart center. And with your eyes closed, take a moment to feel a deep, full breath, filling you up completely. And then for another moment in time, take a letting go breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Releasing anything that you don't need right now. Have a very peaceful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.